Hey everybody, welcome to today's stream. Let me know if the sound is weird. For some reason, every time I update OBS, something goes wrong. So let me know if I'm too loud, too quiet. It is too quiet. I knew it. It's really weird. I didn't change any settings. Let's try that. How's that, guys? Tell me how that sounds. Hello, hello, testing, testing. Is it still too low? Hello? Anybody? Let me know how it is now. Is it still way too low? All the levels say it's up in the yellow now. Is it better? Okay, so hopefully that's good. Anyway, so welcome to the stream. Like I said, I don't know what happened there, but something happened, and I was looking at the thing and it wasn't working right. So anyway, what we are going to do today is we're going to play with metal flake. I know we've done this a few times in the past, but I got a huge tub sent to me by Scott Grove over at Easy Inlay, and this is a huge jar of it. This is the size that they sell. So I'm going to give you guys a link. There's already a link in the show notes. If you want to pick this giant tub of gold leaf up, I'm actually going to talk to them and see if they're going to maybe also bring in the copper and the silver, because you can get that. I bought some on Amazon, but they were like, I don't know, like maybe half the size of this. So this is a pretty good, pretty big pot of this stuff. So it should be kind of fun. I have an idea of something that we can do off the bat, a project. So we got a game plan, and then we're going to use. Finally, we got everything working with the chat bot. I think, cross my fingers. So we're going to have, I got a little poll thing that I can ask you guys. We're going to be kind of having fun with that. And then the other thing, don't forget guys, since the giveaways are supposedly working, we're going to have to make sure it is. But we're doing the giveaway, the big box o' blanks giveaway. From what I understand, the way that the CloudBot thing from Streamlabs works, we have to kind of wait about 10 minutes for it to, like, I don't know, get going, I guess. So we'll wait to open it up, and then I actually have that giveaway set on a timer. So I think it's set for like an hour, or I don't know, something like that. So we'll go, it'll close itself down basically, but we'll do that at the, like, draw the winner at the end. So one lucky winner. Let me show you guys what's in this box. It is seriously awesome. This is the box from the 50,000 subscriber giveaway that Tony never claimed. So we got tons of pen blanks. I just tossed all kinds of good things that we made on the show in here from pen blanks. We got all kinds of those faux shark tooth, or not shark, gator jaw, shark vertebrae, one of these Picasso looking things, the spin gems, one of them. So all kinds of different stuff. We got all kinds of pen blanks. We got one of the graffiti sphere blanks with the cool burl with the crazy colors. We got a couple of those. We got like a bottle stopper. This was from the failure. And we got a aluminum crinkle ornament stopper or something, handle type thing. We got a packing material. I threw one of these in also if somebody wanted to make a little lamp type thing, nightlight or something. You could also use it for like stoppers or something like that if you cut it up. And oh, I'm dropping blanks. Don't worry, I'll put them back. And then we got what are these things called? The lotus pods with the crazy fluorescent colors. So lots of blanks in this box. I gotta find, uh-oh, I dropped one under the, of course it slid under the desk. It's hidden. So we got a giveaway, and I'll open that up and hopefully it'll work. We did a test run on whenever it was. I'm not sure what day it was. And it worked. Basically, for anybody that is having trouble, their CloudBot doesn't work for some reason. I had all this, everything was set up properly. What I needed to do was just literally disable it and then enable it. of course. Turn it off and turn it back on. So I'm going to actually go in. So let's see, how long have we been going here? Does it say? I don't know if it tells me how long I've been going. I'm going to wait a little bit longer before we open it up. And like I said, the way it's going to work is I'm going to open it up and then you guys will vote. It'll have instructions in there telling you how to get entered if you want. The nice thing about these giveaways is if you're really not interested in a box of turning blanks, then you don't have to enter. You're not going to be entered automatically. So you'll have to enter in the chat window there. And just for anybody that's watching the replay, this doesn't work in the comments section of just a regular video. This is only for the live, okay? So just to let everybody know. Let's see. So we had a couple other little announcements. I got a really cool box from Philip Danner of goodies to cast. So we'll switch to this view again. Check this out. Rainbow micarta. I got a few comments about this already, so I'm excited to turn. I got 2 of them too. We're going to make probably, I don't know, maybe a handle. It's a pretty big blank. I could go either way, pen or like a handle type thing. And we got some stickers, and look at all these crazy goodies. Crystals, quartz, points, crystals. Pretty sweet. And we got, let's see, what's this? Pyrite, fool's gold. Isn't that what pyrite is? Fool's gold. And we got some, let's see, what is this called? Aura, clear quartz. It's got some really neat colors in there. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera or not, but, and we got moonstone. And let's see, what else we got here? Labradorite. It's a long word. So lots of gems, I guess. I don't know if they're rocks, gems. I'm not sure exactly what to name them. And then I got this thing, and it just says, it's this round thing, and it just says, it glows. So I don't know what it is. Mystery ball of glow. So anyway, big thank you to Philip for sending this. I decided what we're going to do is we're going to cast this stuff. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do this as the first Friday for February for the Patreon hangout. So we're going to be playing around with that, and it should be pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about that. Philip is one of my patrons, so I thought that'd be kind of cool to do this on Patreon. Let's see here. The other thing that I wanted to mention about Philip is I found in his, I'm not sure where this was, on Facebook or somewhere, he did a video. He was in a video showing how he does silicone molds, and he's a master of them. So go check that video out if you want to learn more about silicone mold making. So pretty awesome. So big thank you to Philip. I think he was here. There he is. There he is. Oh, nice. Yeah, thanks, Philip. Yeah, we can do all kinds of stuff. No, this is not US only. So everybody's open as long as giveaways are legal where you're at. That's how I did it for the other one too. A lot of times I won't do that because it just costs a fortune, but with this, it was supposed to be a 50,000 subscriber giveaway and I didn't limit it for that. So I'm not going to limit it for this. It'll just cost a fortune if I have to send it over the pond, but I already signed up for that. So sometimes if I have to send something that's really heavy, then I have to limit it to the US because it ends up just costing way too much. Or the alternative is I would have to have the winner help pay for shipping, which I think is kind of, I don't know, maybe it'd be worth it, but I'm not sure. Last little announcement, and then we will get going here. I know that we need to get going. So I finally made like a batch of these aluminum spiral blanks. So I got some blurple in here, and then I got a couple of the red ones. So these are available on my website. This is like the one that I turned. Let me go get that pen too for anybody that didn't see that. It turned really pretty well, surprisingly. I was a little bit worried, and not to say that they won't all, you got to be careful with this stuff, but pretty awesome, pen. It looks kind of like a candy cane or something. So that's what the red ones will look like, and I'm guessing that the purple, blurple, will look pretty awesome as well. That's why I just decided to go for red and blurple. So I got 3 of the blurples, 2 of the red ones, and those are on my short runs page on my website. I guess I actually have one other announcement. Sorry, I know we're starting a little slow today. So, But we got to get the announcements out. I got to give you guys the info, the 411. The other thing that I wanted to mention for folks that order blanks on my website, I did a little bit of rearranging. So the glitter pen blanks, and I'm just like, there's quite a few of them. The Nurse thin red line Nurse pen blanks, the honeycomb, the clowning around in disco, cosmic discos, and a few other ones. The ones that I pretty much just keep in stock at this point, I've moved them under just the pen blanks header on my, let's see, I think I can actually show you guys. Let me see if I can hook this up and hopefully it won't crash this time. Let's try this. What am I doing here? Window capture. Chrome. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We have it. You guys are seeing this, I believe. Let me make sure that you guys are seeing this too. Steve McDonald is here. Sweet. Yeah, okay, so it looks like it should be coming up in a second here. So let me go back to this. So what I've done is the short runs, if you just click up here, or you could even click on this big picture, short runs, that's where, like, so that's where these are, the ones that I was just showing you. And then I have a bunch of other short runs. These are ones that I don't necessarily, what the short run section is like bigger blanks in some cases, or like this camo burl chunk, camo faux burl. So just kind of strange things. And then under here, under this menu, pen blanks, that's what I keep in stock regularly. And so what I've done is I've added a menu item for let's see, for the honeycomb blanks that I keep in stock. And I'm keeping the camo, the cosmic disco, and clowning around. I may add more, but those are always going to be in stock now. And glitter blanks are now under pen blanks. So if you want the color ones or the glow or the autism, that's where these guys are going to hang out. And let's see here, pine cone blanks. Another one that I moved was the blurple. I'm going to keep these in stock with the rest of my pine cone blanks. So if you're looking for something, either just type into the search box up here, or, you know, like look under the pen blanks, and I've tried to make it a little bit easier. But if it's something from one of the, you know, from the live stream or something, it's just going to be under the short runs. If it's something that we just made and I'm going to sell some. So I just wanted to kind of explain that for anybody that buys pen blanks on my site. If you're used to looking under short runs for, you know, certain ones, they have possibly moved if they're things that I always keep in stock. So just wanted to kind of mention that, and let's get rolling here. So let me stop and just see if there's any questions or anything that I'm missing. I didn't get a chance to give you guys some shout outs. I see Doug's in here, Tommy's Workshop, and Shop Dog. Let's see here, what's blocked? You're not blocked there? Why not? I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. Sorry. I got to quit looking at just one random comment. Who else is here? Nancy's here, and Chris. Nice. Dominic. Super Incognito. And Super Incognito asked if I was going to be making pen blanks. And so actually, let's roll into it. So what I had in mind actually for the first, what are we doing here? For the first thing, obviously I want to use these flakes. That's kind of, I got a big box or canister of it, so that's what we want to use. However, one thing that I have never done before is done a mixture of shredded money with the gold flake. So I thought we could make a batch of pen blanks. We'll just toss it in one of these 6 blank mold. You know, this is what I typically make my pen blanks with. And we'll just mix money and the gold flake. One other thing that we could do, I'm not sure if I want to do this because it can kind of, I haven't done it a lot, but you can add red dye in there so you can make like the blood money blanks. The problem is that can get a little bit tricky, and I think it'd probably be easier just to go for these two things and just make sure we get a full batch of good blanks. So that's what we're going to do first. And then for the second thing, I actually have a poll. Again, hopefully the CloudBot thing is working. And then I'm going to let you guys kind of pick what the second casting is going to be. So we'll do 2 of them, and we'll see what we make. So the first one, like I said, we're going to do some pen blanks. I got to take my watch off. I do not want resin on my Apple Watch. So now we're ready. Steve, how's it going? Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. Dave's Creations, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's switch to, let me ask you guys a question. If you had more money, you'd buy a whole batch. Well, we'll just start with one. I may make some more of these. This is something that I've kind of wanted to make for a while. And the funny thing is I've had shredded money blanks on the list of things that I wanted to just, another thing that I do with I couldn't think of it, the short run section on my website is sometimes it's just things where, you know, I haven't done it on a stream. It's just something that I was messing around in the shop and I threw something together. So it's just random things. It may not be something that I made on the stream necessarily or in a video. It's just something that I put together. And so some of those things I've been meaning to add a few things to the list. And so I'm like, why don't we do everything all in one? So it should be kind of fun. So I might, like I said, I might make some more. Those are some that I don't keep them in stock like regularly, but I do usually kind of make some here and there. All right, so let me ask you guys a question though. Do you guys like, I'm going to go through my views real quick and I just want to see, I should make a poll out of this, but I'm just going to kind of read you guys' comments a little bit and just kind of see which direction. So I'm going to go through the different views. So I have an overhead view. I have a kind of a wide angle diagonal thing where you can kind of see where everything I'm doing. And then I have both of them kind of flip-flopped where there's like a small one up in the corner of the overhead, but the rest of the picture is the wide. And then I have one where it's like all overhead and then there's a little one of the wide. So let me see what you guys think. I just want to go through these real quick. So here's the overhead, and I'm very happy with the new overhead. It's a little bit brighter. It looks sharper to me. I don't know. So we got that one, which is good. And I switch between these. If it's something that you guys need to see, then I'm going to pick the right one. But for just general stuff, getting everything prepared, I guess, is kind of what I'm asking this for. So here's the work area, and this way you can see everything that I'm doing. Pressure pots, dies, and stuff. You can even see if I'm getting into a drawer or something. So I like this. I like this new setup, but I'm not sure which is the best for you guys. And now here's the double where you see like the wide angle. I figure you don't need to see me anyway, so I covered most of myself. Do you like my shirt, by the way? Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat. My mom gave me this shirt. How crazy is that? I love this shirt. It's funny. So we got that one, and then we have the, let's see here, casting, this one, where it's like close up overhead, but then you can kind of also see what I'm doing in the small one. So let me know if you guys have any strong opinions about that. Let's see here. Goated? I'm not sure what goated means. Do you like this double or the other double? You like my shirt? I love this shirt. And I forgot, I actually got this like 2 years ago from her. Work area, overhead, in the corner. That's kind of what I liked. So this one, I kind of like this one, I think. That's in my head, that's what I kind of liked. The problem with overhead only is you really don't see what's going on. So I think if I'm just generally getting stuff prepared, I kind of like the work area one, which is why I kind of like this one, I think, for general stuff. Now, when I'm getting everything ready and we're pouring, then that's a good time to switch. The problem is I may forget to switch if I'm in the middle of stuff. So big wide. Okay, so let's just go with that. I just wanted to kind of get some feedback from you guys and just kind of, see if we were kind of on the same page, or sometimes, I'm looking at my screen and it's just not really what you guys want. Like it's what I think I want, you guys might want, but Oh, goated is okay. Well, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I was like, is it fuzzy? Oh man, I'm getting old. I don't know the lingo. All right, so let me get some gloves on and we will finally get started. I know we've been messing around today, but getting things kind of finally going. Oh, and the other thing is we need to start the giveaway. So let's start it and let's pray to God that CloudBot is going to not be a pain in the butt today. What do you guys think? Hey! Okay, so Streamlabs is here. So now to enter, if you want to get the big box of blanks, if you want to be and there's only going to be one winner. If you want the gigantic box of blanks, you type into the chat window, !raffle, no space between exclamation and raffle. And that's it. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to go and make sure that it is counting your entries. It's not yet. Come on, CloudBot. Please work, CloudBot. I should have done the poll first, I think. Dang it, they're not coming in. What is the deal with this CloudBot thing? Let me give it one more second, then I'm gonna, but I think that we can fix it on the fly. I think I know how to fix it now, but it's also gonna make us wait longer for this to work. Why does it do that? Okay, so it ain't working, guys. So I'm gonna cancel it. Your entries are not being tallied. So I closed it. I'm gonna turn off the CloudBot. This is how we fixed it last time. So don't enter anymore because they're not getting tallied. Streamlabs, please. And I don't think it's exactly Streamlabs' fault specifically. I think it's also YouTube, the way things work. So let me just turn that off for a sec. While we wait, I'm going to put some gloves on. I thought we had everything fixed. So it looks like I'm going to need to turn it off and turn it back on before I start a stream every time, if we're going to be using the Streamlabs stuff. Just to make sure. Okay, so let me turn it back on. Let's give it a second to think about what it's done. Sorry, guys. They just don't make things easy anymore. Okay, now since we were getting kind of a little bit crazy tonight with me messing around, I'm gonna lower this because I had it on a timer. Let's see. Timer was disabled. I want to turn it on. We're gonna put it on for about. I'm gonna do it for 45 minutes. What the heck is going on here? I should show you guys what I'm having to deal with here. Trying to get this thing to work. Okay, I've saved it. And let's start it again. Let's hope this works this time. All right, so redo. Yes, it is. It's totally the old Microsoft fix, seriously. Okay, so Streamlabs is up and running again. Let's hope that this works this time. So now you guys can start entering. All the other ones that you did before didn't get percussive. Yes, it totally does. Oh, come on. Why isn't this working? Ugh. It's not working, guys. Oh, man. I was so excited for this to happen. And it's not working. None of the entries are coming in. Why does this suck so bad? Honestly. All right, guys, I'm gonna cancel this one also because I'm not seeing any entries coming in. I apologize. No, I don't want to end the stream. I want to get moving because if this thing doesn't work this time, I'm done with Streamlabs at this point. Because I don't have, you guys don't want to sit here and watch this stuff, and I don't have time for this either. So I'm going to turn CloudBot off again. Okay. I'm going to turn off the timer on this thing. I'm also going to put it on everyone. There we go. Maybe that was it. So let's give it a couple seconds. No, it's not the program. It's the server. It's not on my end. I'm not running a program. It's a cloud-based thing. So you'll take the box and share with everyone. All right, so let's move on because I'm done messing with that stupid CloudBot. We're gonna try it again in a little bit. I'm gonna let it just simmer down. So let's get our thing out. I'm gonna switch to the overhead view so you can kind of see what I'm writing down in my notes. And hey, what's up, Yak? How's it going? So I know it's upside down, but you can kind of just sort of see what I'm doing here. All right, so today is 1/20. That's really disappointing, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not happy with Streamlabs whatsoever. Okay, so we're doing gold, and they call it flake. I would kind of call it leaf, sort of, but flake, it is kind of flaky. So if you open this thing, stuff is pretty messy, but it is kind of, you can kind of crumble it and make it flaky. So we're doing gold flake. We're doing number 1. We're doing some pen blanks. We're doing gold flake and shredded money. Let's see here. Let's go for the blood money ones. I think we can do it. I haven't made some for a while, but I'll kind of show you how I do it. So we're going to need about, for me to fill one of my molds here, it's about a 5x6. I usually pour about 540, 550 grams. We're going to be adding some stuff. The money actually does take up a little bit of space, but I think we're just going to go for the full amount of resin. So 540, that's 270 times 2. That's what I'm going to mix up. And then I'm going to break off a little bit. So most of all this stuff, the way this is going to work is I'm going to actually, oh, I almost spilled that. I'm actually going to mix these things in to the resin cup itself, but I'm going to break off a little cup of resin before we start mixing anything, and we're going to add some red dye to it. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to break off. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit more red this time than I normally would. Let me get like a small cup. We're going to use this guy to break off about, oh, I'm trying to think here. So 540, what is like 10%, 50 grams? I'm just going to break off like, I'm going to break off 100 grams for the red. That might be a little overdoing it. I don't know. But we'll have to kind of see. This is the tough thing about when you start adding that extra color in there, but I think we're going to be fine. So I'm going to do that first, and then we're going to have 440 grams left to add our flake and money. And I'm just going to kind of wing it until I feel like keep adding some to it until I feel that's enough, you know. So let's see here. So we're going to switch to this view. So I already have a mold in the oven, the one that I'm going to use. It's the same exact thing that I just showed you, but I got it kind of warming up in there. I finally bought some of the, I mentioned it before, I never got a hold of, the guys at TCP Global never contacted me, so I've never used their little pressure pot, the new one. But somebody told me that their cups are pretty good, and I gotta be honest, they're not much better for durability, cracking when you're trying to remove like the cured resin from in the middle. I've had like 3 or 4 of them out of like 10 crack when I'm trying to get the resin thing out. So I don't know that these are anything special compared to anything else. They all work about the same. You just got to be kind of careful. I almost kind of like these ones, the rigidity, the stiffness of the one that I was using before. However, what I do like about these TCP Global ones is their quart mixing cups are bigger than like a normal quart mixing paint mixing cup, or at least the ones that I was using before. So I do kind of like these in a sense. They're pretty good. They're totally flat on the bottom, where this one's kind of got a little bit of a ridge. So if you're looking for paint mixing cups, like I said, they're not superior when you're trying to take the resin, the cured resin stuff out. You still got to be kind of careful. They're not the worst on the planet, but the one thing is though, if you're looking on like Amazon or something like that, make sure you get the ones that say like paint mixing cups or non-stick or something like that. The ones that with the picture, it's like a white cup with red. What you do not want to order, because they have these too, and I bought some just to try them out. So there's these blue lettered ones, and they don't really say that these are meant for like epoxy or anything. This stuff you cannot get the resin out of if that's what you want. Now you could probably just mix more resin in here, you know, go forward, but it doesn't really, I couldn't get it out. Like it doesn't just come out like normal paint mixing cups, because this is a different plastic. It's, I want to say, it's polypropylene or something like that, whereas this I think is HDPE or something. Well, I guess that is polypropylene. Polyethylene. PET. I think it's like polyethylene or something like that. I don't know. Just be careful. The red, if you're going to buy these ones, get the ones with the red lettering. And they have a bunch of different sizes of the actual paint mixing ones. So I'm actually going to use that, because what I like about this larger size is this is actually a little bit better for what we're doing. So I do kind of like them, but they're not that much better. You know, like, I don't know, whatever the word is. They can still crack. Okay, so I'm going to zero that guy out. I know it is supposed to snow. I suppose we are supposed to get some snow, I guess, like Monday maybe. All right, I'm going to go back in and turn CloudBot on. I'm not going to start the thing yet. I'm going to let it simmer and figure out what it's doing. CloudBot. Okay, so zeroed out. We need 270 grams of part A, and let's see what this looks like with is it this one? Yeah. All right, so we're going to use the Lumelite Clear Slow Set. But I am going to go snowboarding tomorrow, so that's good. Although there's not a whole lot of snow. Oops, I went way over. Shoot. What was I thinking? So I'm going to actually pour some of this back. Actually, I don't want to do that because this cup wasn't clean. So unfortunately, what we're going to do is we're just going to go, how much did I put in here? All right, I'm just going to change my numbers. 286 grams is what I put in there. So that's one of the nice things about Alumilite. It's easy now. All I got to do is just zero this out and put 286 of part B. It's going to be a little bit over, but that's fine. Bad words, what's that, snow? You live in a state that looks like a mitten and you're complaining about snow. Yeah, or about winter or snow. Winter. 286 is what we need. Let's see where we're at. You don't want to go over on the second one. That's where you don't want to be over. 270. Because then you'd have to add more part A and it just gets crazy. So you want to sneak up on that second one. 282. Some people say to like put it in two different cups, like the part A in one and part B in the other. That is not a good way to do it. I don't think. I wouldn't recommend it. Because what happens is you're never going to get all of it out. And usually part A or part B, one of the two is thicker viscosity. And so one of them is going to probably leave a lot more in the cup than the other. So, and even for volume measurements, I really wouldn't recommend it. It's better to just put everything in one, I think. That's my recommendation. All right, so we got 286 times 2. I'm just going to put that on there and zero it out real quick because we want to put some resin before we start mixing anything in. We want to put some in there, some clear resin, and add our red dye. All right, so let's see here. Did they start shipping? Yeah, we got pumps. We got the pumps. Carol over there took care of me. Yeah, and I appreciate you sending the total boat ones out. The thing is, I'm used to these, so I haven't run out of the ones that I'm used to yet. So that's why I didn't use those ever. F-150 with 34s that loves the snow. Yeah. Brand new snowblower, nice. Well, in this case, I'm not that worried about using, I don't have a problem using a little extra resin personally. There are worse things on the planet than, you know, wasting a little bit of resin, but it depends. It depends on what the scenario is. In this case, I kind of like having a little extra resin, like making a thicker block when I'm putting something like this in it, because it may float or sink. And that way, as long as you've gotten the majority of it filled, you may have a little bit of clear resin, but you can just cut that off the top. The rest of it's kind of packed down. And I don't know exactly how that factors in, but in the ones that I've done, that's kind of what ends up happening, and it's okay. It's no big deal. I'll be all right. It's a write-off. All right, so that is nice and mixed up, and you could use whatever kind of resin you want. I prefer Alumilite Clear slow set, like over an epoxy, something slow setting, because things are going to be kind of floating in there, and I like the faster working time of this. It'll kind of lock things in place a lot faster. If you're using like a 45-minute working time resin, then I would recommend, you're going to have to sit there and wait for like half an hour at least. I would really wait probably even longer before you pour everything. So like the advantage of time isn't that great, I don't find, because you're just going to be sitting there for most of that open time. There are certain cases where you do need more working time, but pen blanks and things, most of the time you can get them done, and you're better off having a faster working time, I think. Plus you can pull the blanks faster with Alumilite Clear slow set. You only need to leave them in the pressure pot for 2 to 4 hours or so. Okay, so we got our flakes and we got our monies. So I'm going to put, let's see here, 100 grams. What we're going to do is we're just going to put a few drops of red dye. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of the wine red from P-Town Subby. Figure why not? It's a pretty good one. It's very similar to blood red. I would say it's actually a little bit, I don't know, slightly different. It's a pretty nice looking color though. Either way, both are good. All right, so I'm gonna switch to the full in view here, Canon. All right, so I'm on the camera here. So I'm gonna put 3 drops of red dye.
Shut up and take my money.
Hey, Jamie Page, did you hear that? We got a little thing. What do you guys think about my notification? I appreciate the super chat, buddy. And Mark too. Sweet.
Shut up and take my money.
Wow. That's fun. You guys rock. I appreciate it. Super chats are cool. So if anybody subscribes to my channel, I got another one. Another little doohickey that happens. All right, so we got our red dye in there, and what I'm going to do is we're just going to add a little bit of this pearl powder. I'm going to go for, I'm actually not even going to go for a full 1/8 teaspoon. We're just going to use a little mixing stick. I don't know how much that is, but it's a little less than an 1/8 teaspoon. Just to add a little bit of something to it. We can also add like a little bit of blue if you wanted to kind of have that kind of a little bit less of this just like candy looking red. You could add just a tiny bit of blue to the mix. Let's see here. Where's my blue? My boy Blue. All right, so you're gonna unsub and then resub. It's a pretty good one, I think. I'm pretty proud of it. Both the graphic and so I just added literally like a tiny bit of blue, Alumilite blue dye to this. Drop it in there, and it'll make it a little bit more kind of like maroon, darker, more bloody, more realistic. What do you guys think of that, huh? Woo! Okay, so we got our red. I've been kind of messing around this whole time. I'm usually a little bit more to the point when I'm doing this on my own. So let's get this stuff out of the way. So now we need to crumble in some of these gold flakes. Now this stuff is messy. So I'm just going to warn you right now. Stuff gets pretty messy. I'm just going to kind of crumble it up a little bit. As best I can. Kind of rip it. I haven't used this stuff for a little while now. So I'm a little rusty. But you just got to kind of break it up. A little bit really kind of does go a long way even. With the gold flake, you don't need a whole lot of it. But as you can see, it just kind of gets everywhere. This stuff isn't as bad as some that I've tried. So we're going to actually put that to the side real quick. And then we're going to add a little bit of this money and just kind of see. I'm going to mix it in and we're just going to kind of see how this all works out. See how you get little gold nuggets in with your money? It's kind of a cool thing. Casey Martin does a lot of these. See how that's working out? Pretty cool. Let's add a little bit more of this gold leaf. And you want to add a good amount of the shredded cash to the mix. Kind of bordering on the like almost 1-to-1 volume wise. Close to that maybe, or at least like 2-to-1, 2 parts resin to 1 part money. Because you want it packed full in your mold. Pretty well. So it's going to be kind of thick and chunky. I think that's the better way to go personally. You can do, different ways, but what ends up happening is it can be a little bit, for pen blanks anyway. And I want to make sure that you guys understand I'm saying this in pen blank world. Otherwise you're going to have some issues with seeing tubes and all that kind of junk where this makes things, the more packed it is, the better off you are, I think, in pen blanks. So that's pretty good. It's pretty thick, not too bad. All right, so let's get this stuff out of the way. I don't want to get my gold flake messed up. We'll toss anything we can in there. I think we're getting pretty close to when we need to pour this. Let me just double check. Let's see what temperature we're at. What I want to do is I'm going to be waiting till about 100 degrees. That'll make it kind of nice and thick so that when I pour the red in, it's not just all going to kind of either sink or whatever. We're going to kind of make a blob, and it'll kind of stay on the top a little bit more. So I checked the temperature, and we were at about 98. So I mean, we're pretty much ready. 98.5 on this one, 99. So I'm good. So do you guys see that? That's a pretty cool mix, I think. I think we did pretty good. It's pretty easy. There's nothing difficult about it. That's the nice thing. So what I'm going to do here, can you guys see? Well, yeah, you can see. What I'm going to do is we're going to pour in about half, and then I'm going to pour some red, and then we're going to pour another half, and then a little bit more of the red. That way, what I'm trying to do is get red throughout somewhat, you know. What the tendency is, if it's pretty thick, and I'm kind of keeping it, you know, see how that is? It's not all, it's kind of all, you know, separated. I didn't just pour it into one big chunk. And then I'm just going to kind of pour this around. I don't know how much red you need for this type of thing. I think I'm actually going to stop just a little bit here. I'm going to go for kind of a, like that. We can kind of mix it around too. That's another thing that you could do. I haven't made a ton of these, so I'm not entirely certain what like the best exact, you know, method of doing the red and the money. I've made some, but they're actually a honeycomb, so there's really not even that much of the money and the red in them. I don't really do just a big batch of just money and the red. I'm just going to pour a little bit more on the top. What I'm going to do is we're going to try to do a little bit of a test. I don't know how well this test is going to work out. I'm going to kind of mix up half of this and leave the other half kind of not mixed. I don't know, but we got plenty of resin in here. So let's pop this guy into the pressure pot, and we'll see what we end up with. See what we end up with. I don't know. Either way, I think that we did really good on the shredded money and the gold leaf. Let's just hope that the blood part works out decent in the end. All right, so, and we got pressure. So I'm going to wipe off my mixing stick here, the HDPE one. I don't really like letting the resin stick, like cure on there. It's just harder to get off. Much easier if you just wipe it, and then I actually hit it with a little bit of acetone even, so that it's ready to go without any dyes or any junk on it. Resin, kind of wipe it off or blow it off a little bit. So we didn't really waste much resin. A little bit of the red, but I'm okay with that. All right, so now let's see if, quick question, use clear slow. 800 grams, mixed really hard for like 8 minutes nonstop. Told me it was yeah, well, yeah, 87. Yeah, that's fine. That's about normal. You got for clear slow, you have about 12 to 15 minutes depending on temperature in your shop. So I would say that that's probably about right. It's 69 right now, 68, 69 in my shop. I don't time it anymore. I just go strictly. So like the thing is, it doesn't really matter. I definitely think that the temperature is much more important than time, because the reason is time can, you know, when you start the timer, can be dependent on like how slow you mixed it, and like there's a lot of things that kind of offset the time thing. So temperature is a little bit more accurate. Just mix it until it's mixed up, well, and then just shoot for like a temperature. And sometimes, a lot of times, you might have to kind of play around, especially with different resins. I think for Alumilite clear slow set, and I don't actually use just the clear regular set, so I don't know if it's much different for that. You might have to adjust. I would say, if anything, you might adjust down a little bit on Alumilite clear regular set, but I frankly don't know because I don't use it that much. But for me, generally, you're good to go between 95 and like 105 for most things. Maybe even like 90 might be the low end. I generally tend, for like color swirls, if you're trying to keep things separated, you're going to get probably the best results depending on circumstances in your own shop. But 95 to, I would even stretch it up to 110 to 120 in some cases. I actually wait even longer in the summer because the resin actually, it's only 69 degrees in my shop right now. And so the Alumilite clears that's sitting on my counter in my shop at that temperature, at room temperature of 69 degrees, it's just thicker in the jug. But when it's like 80 degrees in my shop, the resin thins out. And so I actually like pouring, and it's just kind of a personal thing. I try to go for like almost the same consistency because I get the same results. So I end up waiting actually even longer where it's even thicker in the summer. So the best thing you can do is if you can keep your temperature the same all year long, which I have seriously debated air conditioning this, just the casting area for many years. My problem is I'm going to move into my own house with a shop on site sometime. It's just, the housing market's terrible, but it's going to happen, and I don't really want to spend the money on it. But if you can keep that pretty much even throughout the whole year, then you're not going to really have to adjust much at all. So anyway, let me stop and see what's happening here. Did I miss anything? Stace, how's it going? Early start in the morning. Oh, I am not a morning person. Like, I don't plan anything because I stay up pretty late. Like, I'm up till like 2 in the morning doing video editing and, whatever. And so morning time, like, there is nothing ever scheduled for the morning because I'm probably not going to be awake or make it if I need to be somewhere. So I hope you get some good sleep and have a good day tomorrow. All right, so let's see. Did I miss anything else? Hey, Twyla, how's it going? Make sure to skip through the giveaway not working part. So since it's been about 10 minutes, so let's try and open the giveaway. I changed one other setting that I don't know, maybe has something to do with it. So I'm going to start the giveaway again. This time it doesn't have a timer, is what I changed. So let's just see how this works. The red I used I know that they're not in like the bottles, but all it is Alumilite dye. The reason, what I did was a while ago, I just had them sell me their little bottles. Back in the day, Alumilite put like a label on the outside of their 1 ounce bottles. So I asked if they would just sell me the bottle without any labels so I could just mix my own. But all this is the reason is, even for like the regular colors, I buy a 16 ounce thing, a huge thing of it. And then I just keep refilling these little guys. So this is just red Alumilite dye. It's a transparent. And then what I did was I added some wine red. Doesn't necessarily matter which one you pick, but the one I used was wine red from P-Town Subby. Blood red from Caster's Choice would be pretty similar. And then I added just a tiny, tiny bit of blue Alumilite dye, just a pinprick, to make it a little bit more maroon, kind of. Okay, so, we got entries coming in. We got entries, guys. It's working, finally. Okay, so I'm not going to mess with any settings. We're never doing timers. We're not, I'm not changing anything. Oh, man. Yeah, so when it's working, it'll say you received a ticket. And I understand that it's a tough call. I don't love that the stupid Streamlabs thing is like crazy, going crazy on the chat. But I would much rather for giveaways have it do that so you know. Otherwise, you can only enter once, by the way. Sorry, guys. One entry, that's it. Jamie, you only get one, no matter how many times you type it in. They are working though, guys, so thank you for your patience. So for anybody that's just joining the fun, what we're the giveaway that we should have started at the beginning, I was gonna, is, let's see, what am I doing here? We're going to this view. It's the box of blanks from the 50K subscribers. If you guys saw my 50K subscriber video, tons of pen blanks, like a sphere type thing. You can make like a jar out of this if you wanted, but it does have a burl inside there, so it's a good sphere blank. One of the mess ups from the deep pour, like a bottle stopper. I picked the best one for you guys that didn't really have any issues going on. A couple little bubbles in there, but kind of looks good. Another one of these guys, one of the best, if you wanted to make a lamp, like a little nightlight thing. A couple of these little stopper size guys, and these are all things that we made on the stream, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that they're all from the stream. And then the last but not least, we got the lotus pods. And so these are all, most of these are all things that we made on the stream. But a ton of pen blanks, tons and tons. A lot of them are the ones that we made from Stephen Daniels, sent in all those faux goodies. So we got a couple of these guys. We got one of the Madrone Burl, the green one. So lots of blanks. That's what's up for grabs. We'll let that go for just a little bit. Make sure people, you know, if they kind of pop in late. I apologize if somebody left early. That kind of sucks for you, but the bot wasn't working, so I apologize for that. All right, Twyla, hopefully you got entered before you left. Jamie, yeah, he's trying to get like 30,000 of these things. 30,000 entries. Okay, so since now that everything's working, we're gonna also run a poll. What? Hopefully this works. So we did pen blanks on the first one. Obviously, we're gonna be using this the Easy Inlay Gold Flake. Maybe we could do something else with it, but what I want to ask, we're gonna start a poll. And I wanted to see what you guys wanted to make for the second one. So it should say a poll has opened. What type of blank? So the way this works is you're going to type in !vote and then space and either pen, block, or sphere. So for pen blanks, we do the same thing. If you wanted to see something slightly different using the gold leaf. The block would be, we'll go for a 2-inch block mold like this. Great for handles and all kinds of stuff like that. These things are really, you can actually even just cut it into pen blanks if you wanted, but stoppers, handles, that kind of deal. Or we can make a sphere blank. I was thinking maybe a 3-inch. It will be the option. So 3-inch sphere, or it could be like a jar or something like that. A 2-inch, this is block, or another pen blank brick. So we'll let that roll for a minute and see what comes out. We got all kinds of things going in the chat. We got giveaways, we got polls. Hopefully the poll is actually collecting. I didn't look. Oh, it is working. Sweet. All right. It's actually kind of fun to watch. The little things kind of move as you go. Well, they did once anyway. Oh, yeah, they're moving again. Ooh. All right, this is pretty fun, huh? I used to do some of this stuff with the MooBot back in the day on Twitch. And when I moved to YouTube, there wasn't very good support for this kind of thing. I wasn't sure how well it was going to work, so I just kind of said, whatever, we're just going to go for video. But I think it's fun to have this stuff, and I'm glad that I came up with like the giveaway thing for those blanks. That kind of got me looking back into it. All right, so need beer, I'm in the chat. Heck yeah. I should have done the announcements while we were waiting for the poll to come in. That would have been a lot smarter. So I'm learning how things go. One thing I can kind of show you guys, I don't know if, well, so I'll just move. I know it's not a very good view, but you might see that I kind of cleared this off, and I have like I have a lot of projects in the shop that I don't know, I can see them, but nobody else can, basically. And so what I was thinking is I really don't love this backdrop. I like these fun things, but so I'm going to start adding, you know, projects that I've done, and just, I don't know, personal things if I think of something that I want to put up there. But you see that with a lot of people on their videos or live streams where they kind of have stuff that's kind of about what they do or about them. So we're going to be kind of working on this little area a little bit. Probably, and actually one project that is going to be something that is going to be for the channel. What I want to do is I want to make a shelf, and it's going to be a hybrid, like a river table type of deal, something like wood and resin shelf right here. This is ugly, and these are all just like pen tubes. They can go somewhere else. So kind of spruce up the corner a little bit in the background, so it's not just, you know, this ugly white thing. Gretchen was saying, my wife was saying, she's like, well, it's not really that bad, but if you're actually looking at this wall in person, it's horrid. The paint is like chalk white. It's horrible. So we're going to be, I just thought it never really occurred to me before exactly like, oh, I should put some stuff up there. So some little minor things here and there we're going to be doing. All right, so why don't we wrap up the poll? I am going to close it. Okay, the poll is closed, and let's see here. I'm going to hit complete. So I know which one. I just want to make sure that I don't exactly know how this works. So I'm going to hit complete. I know which one won. I think it should tell you the results though in the chat. I'm not looking at it right now. So I'm going to hit complete, and it should. I think it should tell us. Sphere, there it is. Sphere was the most voted option, guys. So we're going to make a sphere, a 3-inch guy. Let's put this stuff away. That's pretty fun, huh? How exciting. We're just having some fun. So we'll wrap up the giveaway after we get done with this sphere. So now the question is, we got a couple super chatters. I'm going to ask you guys. Oh, I lost my super chat information, but I know Jamie and shoot. Who else? I can scroll up here. Actually, I think it might actually even be in my Streamlabs thing. I know Jamie. Who else did it? Dang it. I have no clue how to find it on CloudBot. So I'm going to scroll up. I know that why isn't it in my, it should be in my YouTube stream thing. Ridiculous. None of this stuff is working for me lately. So let me scroll. Shoot, I can't find it now. I'll find it in a sec. Hold on. Maybe. Huh. It's not, the chat's not going back far enough. Who else? There's got to be a way for me to see. Maybe you guys can help. Can anybody else help? Who else super chatted? Anyway, so if you super chatted, I guess that's the easiest way to do this. Do you guys want to see just gold leaf in this sphere blank? It's just going to be a cylinder. Or do you want to try and do like the money and gold leaf this time? Oh, yeah, Mark the Gentleman. That's right. Awesome. So you guys, so Jamie and Mark, let me know if you guys have a preference on that. So for something like this, you could go a couple different ways. You could try and pack this thing full of money and gold leaf. But I think in this case, I think it would be a little bit better. I don't know, my preference personally would be to go a little bit lighter and really try to get it to just kind of suspend in there. So that is what I would do. Just gold for Mark. What about Jamie? Did Jamie say? Pouring a resin skateboard? Well, I mean, I could do that. That wouldn't be that hard, really. I mean, that's something that I might actually go for the silicone on that and just you know, make a 2-piece mold and pour it as it is, possibly. I don't know. I don't think it would hold up to anybody's weight, unfortunately. Did Jamie say? You agree with Mark? Okay, so we're just going with gold. That's a good idea. I like that. I'm going to try and clean up some of these. Tell you what, guys, this gold leaf, this was actually the cleanest I think I've ever experienced gold flake, this stuff. It usually ends up everywhere. It's like it has, like, you know, the has a little bit of the like static cling to it, and so you're like playing around with it, but before you know it, you have it literally everywhere in the shop. And just to let everybody know, I picked this stuff up actually at this point, many years ago. It used to be the Bureau of Engraving and Printing and Engraving, or I don't know, something like that, where you could just buy and it was like a 5-pound bag of it, huge. I mean, it was, I still have some, still have some of this thing. It was like this tall. But you can't just go on and buy a giant bag of it anymore. You have to like contact them, and it's all convoluted. It's still possible, but if you go to the Bureau of Engraving and what the heck was it? Federal. I'm gonna try and find this. Federal Bureau. Engraving and Printing. If you go, and actually you can just go to moneyfactory.gov. If you go there, I think there's information about it. Last time I looked, you could find out information, but it just doesn't seem like it's as easy. So, but there are a few places. I think you can maybe get smaller bags on there, and you can get it like on Etsy. I think Chad was selling smaller bags at Turner's Warehouse. So just to let you know, it is available, but it's a lot more difficult, it seems like, because I'm going to run out of that soon sometime, and I want to try and get more. So, need to do photo ops? The suspense is killing you. Who needs to do photo ops? Like a meet and greet thing down in Phoenix? I usually go down to Phoenix for a couple classes, or classes a couple times a year at Turner's Warehouse, and we were going to be expanding that to probably just also do like a hangout type thing, but I'm not going anywhere right now with travel issues. All right, so let's do this. What I'm going to do first is spray this with some Stoner mold release. I'm going to do this off camera. I like spraying stuff. I kind of have a corner where the overspray isn't going to get on something that I may cast sometime. You really want to be kind of careful about that, because if you were, if I was spraying this right here, so I got a little burl chunk sitting here, unprotected, and let's just say that I was like, oh, doo-doo-doo, and I sprayed it, all the overspray would go in on top of that, and you would have adhesion problems. So you got to kind of think about, what's laying out in your shop. I recommend like using plastic tubs or baggies or something if you're going to have stuff that you plan to cast in resin. Keep it protected so that your Stoner mold release, or I don't know, like if you're just spraying WD-40, you may not even really think about it, you know what I mean? It may not even dawn on you that you're spraying something that has, that's I don't know what's the name, that has like silicone in it, or something that could cause a problem with casting. So just if you can, I wish I had a door that led outside right here. I would go outside and do it. I don't even know what's in it, so I don't know if you really want to be breathing it. You know, I don't know. I just actually don't know. All right, so we're going to be going for kind of a clear thing. I'm going to go and spray off. These things you can get at Turner's Warehouse. They are fabulous for this type of stuff, for any kind of PVC casting. But there's little chunks of debris and stuff. So I'm going to go over and spray it off just with an air hose over here. You can also, if it's dirty or something, you got something weird or liquid on there, you can just clean it with denatured alcohol. I would not recommend using acetone. Denatured alcohol is a little bit less harsh. It can kind of like, I don't know, it can affect the silicone. All right, so we got our mold. I'm gonna switch to the work area, this thing, that view. So I don't know which is better, you know. I can kind of play with the size of this. That looks kind of good. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts about that. I'll try to keep an eye on things. I usually don't heat PVC molds. There's no corners and there's no, like a lot of times when I heat a square mold, part of the reason for that is the corners are going to be extremely cool compared to everything else. And you're going to tend to get, like, I call it corner creep. The resin's going to actually, it's not shrinking. It's just pulling away and sucking towards the center where it's hottest. But in a pipe, you don't have that issue really. So I don't heat them up. You could, but I don't know what like the temperature ratings and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what temperature you would want to do. Probably about 130, like HDPE, but I just don't find it really necessary, so I don't do it. So we got our mold ready. Let's make some notes. I'm going to actually go for the overhead view real quick here. Hopefully I don't have any. I have a little piece of cardboard. If I can grab it so that I don't get resin on my notebook. Let's see here. So number 2, we're doing the sphere. This is a 3-inch piece of PVC. I have links to where you can get this stuff on my website. And it's called flexpvc.com. Pretty good place. You can order it in any length. Honestly, I think you could probably order 1 inch tall, you know, a 1 inch length of this stuff if you really wanted to. But so you can get any size. There's no minimum. I was getting it from a place called PVC Fittings whoa, there's Homer. That scared me. Thanks for subscribing. What we are looking at. What do you guys think of that? The Homer. Kathy just subscribed. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. What was I saying? Anyway, the PVC Fittings online. That noise scared me. There's another one. Oh my goodness. They made you buy it in like 5-foot lengths. So like one pipe 5 feet long, and I didn't even need that for most of these bigger ones. So much better, much better. So we're going to use slow set clear. I think I'm going to need to turn that volume down because it scared me to death when that thing went off. Let's see here. So the way to calculate how much resin you need, you can do a formula. You would do pi r squared times the height. So the radius is 1.5 squared times 3.14 times, whatever the height is, probably about 6 inches. I'm going to measure this real quick. And then you would multiply it by 0.554. It's about 5 inches tall. And then I would convert it to grams by multiplying that by 29. So let's do that calculation real quick. I also have notes for this mold, which is what I usually do. And I'm probably going to double check it just to make sure I know what I'm doing, kind of thing. There it is, 3-inch. So I did about 600 in the past on things. So let's do the calculation and see where we get. So 1.5 times 1.5 times 3.14 times 5 times times 0.554. That's just the conversion from from a volume to, what am I trying to say? From an area, or I don't know. It's the conversion to move it to resin, and then multiply that by 29. Yeah, so about 567. That's probably a little bit low. So we're going to go with 600 just to make sure. That, I know that's quite a bit over the calculation I just made, but I don't want to be short, and I have proof in my book that that's what I used in the past. So we're going to go 300, and then for Alumilite Clear Slow Set, this is not what you would do for any other resin. Alumilite Clear, or the regular set or the slow set, that's all this works for. I'm going to add a little bit extra part B. I just find that it helps to ensure that you get none of the little white streaks that sometimes can happen. So 300 and 302, we're not talking about a lot of resin either, just 302 grams. The reason I do that is if for some reason the part A, you ended up with a little bit extra part A in the mixture, whether that be because of bad mixing or improper mix, or I should say bad measurements or improper mixing for some reason. Maybe you had a cup that had big ridges and there's a bunch of part A stuck in there still that you didn't get mixed. What can happen is part A heavy can lead to blushing. And I heard this from somebody that was having a lot of problems with it, that you could add a little extra part B and feel a little bit safer. So that's why I do that. But this is not, you do not want to mess around with your ratios with epoxies. If you add too much part B to epoxy, it actually becomes rubbery. So just watch out. Just only for Alumilite Clear Slow Set. That's what I'm saying. I should probably not even say this stuff because it's so confusing, but anyway. Sorry, I was just reading some of these things. I should do cast ammo casings. Yeah, but I mean, Doug's already done that. I don't need to do that. Plus, I don't have any ammo casings. I don't shoot things. I would, but I don't have any guns. So, let's see here. So we got that, and then we're just, like I said, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I don't really want to pack it densely with gold leaf. That would be maybe kind of cool, but that's not really what I'm going for. We're going to go for little tufts of gold leaf in here, or gold flake, I should say. So clear plus gold flake. Okay, so we got that done. I'm out of gloves. I'm always out of gloves. Luckily, I have more. Just not in my little thing over there. Because my dad came through, he's got suppliers. He's got suppliers, guys. If you need gloves, my dad can hook you up for the right price. Yeah, it's not very fun turning it. Yeah, because you got to fill them and all that. Ugh. I'm a lot better at just dumping things in there. Not filling them first, then dumping them. That just is tedious. Okay, so we got gloves. I'm going to get a drink before we start. I'm going to switch to the other view. No, I'm good. I don't need any casings. I'm good. I got so many things already planned for this year that I couldn't, it would be put off forever anyway. I appreciate it though. Okay, so we got our mold. One thing that I like to do is, I'm going to grab, where is that? I have a little piece of HDPE. There it is. That's the one that I want. I have another one that I like to have this because it gets my molds off the desk so that it's easy to get my fingers under and pick up. If you got the mold down here, sometimes it's just not as easy. So that's why I have that there. Because for me, when I'm making my pen blanks. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I have a 3/4 inch piece That way I can pick this thing up, and I'm not picking it up, and not that I've ever had one of these plugs fall out, but I really wouldn't want that to happen, you know? So I like putting just a little something underneath it. A little piece of HDPE works good. Wood would be fine, either way. All right, so we got our thing. We need some resin. So I'm gonna get a clean cup. Zero this guy out. Let's see. Do I wear the lap? No, it's too hot. It was fun, but I just don't like it. All right, so we're zeroed. We need 300 grams of part A. $285, $290, $299, sneaking, $299.8. That ought to do it right there. 300. And we need 302. I'm going to put 302 grams of the part B. And again, this only applies to Alumilite Clear Slow Set. $287, $294, $298, $299. Are you out of your mind? $301. There we go, 302. All right. So as always, you want to make sure that you're scraping the bottom and the sides of the cup real well. You don't want any little part A's or part B's stuck to the side that are not getting mixed. And if you're going for something where you need clear resin, I really recommend just getting a clean cup. You don't want what ends up happening is if you're reusing a cup and you try and, take out the resin that had, cured in there, there's always like little bits. And if you had any color in there or anything, then you can end up getting that in your clear resin. And that's the problem with clear castings. If you get like one dust speck in there, it kind of ruins the blank. So, what are the blue mats? They're silicone. They're actually baking mats. I just got them on Amazon. I think I have links to them. I think I have links to them on my Tools I Use page. They're like $13, I think, if I remember correctly. I also have a video, I think it's my shop tour video, or maybe my casting area video from last year. Probably sometime around January or so, where I kind of talk about the new setup, which I've changed it since then, but I talked about them in that, I think, as well, and there's definitely a link in that video. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I added a link on my Tools I Use page on my website, though. That's the easiest. All right, so we are good and mixed. Those little electric mixers I don't trust them for the reason that I just said. You need to scrape the bottom and the sides of the cup. Those things just kind of mix, it sort of, moves the stuff around, but it's really not scraping anything. So I don't particularly find them very useful. I don't know. I don't know if they somehow magically scrape the sides or something like that, but I kind of doubt it. All right, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful this time and try and get like, well, that didn't work. Try and get little chunks here and there. Just kind of mix them in. I guess it doesn't really matter. It worked out pretty well the way I did it last time, I think. So we'll just, but I'm going to try and be a little bit careful this time. Can you guys see what's happening? I'm going to switch to this view as well while I'm doing this, so you guys can kind of see the close-up. See how it just kind of sticks to everything? This stuff is actually, the easy inlay stuff, this is the best one that I've seen yet. I usually have all kinds of problems with this stuff getting everywhere, and I'm like, ugh. I don't like messes that I got to clean up. I mean, it's definitely still staticky, but not as bad as some of the stuff I've seen. Like gold, the actual gold leaf, that stuff is the worst. I gave up. I was like, I'm never using this again. The first time I used it. It's just so thin and weird. So that's pretty good. We got some nice little gold chunks. Top Flight, I appreciate the super chat. I love that. Shut up and take my money. It's so funny. Not too bad looking though, huh? That should make for a pretty good sphere. So, and the nice thing about this is we can kind of really wait. I don't know that this stuff is really going to sink or float or do anything, honestly. I don't know for sure. I'm kind of thinking that we might stop here. I mean, that's pretty good, I think, you know. That's pretty good. Yeah, you can get this at easyinlay.com. I got a link also for people that are watching later in the I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Just a little bit more. I got a link in the show notes for people that watch the replay back and want to... I think you can actually, because I leave the chat up, I think you can actually click links if you're watching the replay, but in the chat, but just in case. So I think I'm happy with that. And you know, you could add like maybe little streaks of, you know, color if you wanted in this. I just kind of want the plain and simple is what I'm going for on that. But you could, you know, mess around a little bit, add a little streak of color, or, you know, whatever your heart desires. You could even go for tinting the resin. Instead of going for just dead clear, you could use, you know, some of your like an alcohol ink. Is that what it's called? Your alcohol dyes, or I got a little resin on the bottom of this thing, so I wiped it off with denatured alcohol. Or you could just use, you know, most of the Alumilite dyes are transparent. They're totally transparent. Some of them are darker than others, so they're very concentrated. But if you just want to tint resin a little bit, what I do is I just grab a toothpick, put like literally like a dot, like a pinprick of it, and just kind of swirl it in, and that way you can kind of, you know, sneak up on the tint that you want in your resin. Just make sure you're using one of the transparent ones. The only ones from Alumilite that are not transparent are their fluorescents, the white, the black, and I think that's it. Everything else is technically transparent. The blue is extremely dark. Violet is extremely dark. So those ones, orange can be a little bit maybe. No, orange isn't too bad, but green can be. So you got to be very careful about how much you add in that case. But Alumilite dyes are. Alcohol inks are a little bit, they're super not concentrated. They're super diluted. And so they're great because you know, whatever it looks like is going to be, no matter how much you add, it's really not going to affect it too much. But you need to be careful. You don't want to add too much alcohol ink, alcohol dye, whatever those things are called, to resin, because the alcohol is kind of a solvent, really. So it could cause some issues with curing, possibly. Just a little bit. No matter how much you add, it's not going to get darker. So you don't need a lot if that's all you're doing. New Year mats. I know, I need some new ones, man. They're all... You can clean them off, but it's such a pain. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, frankly, you don't even need to get all fancy with these things. Like, just grab a piece of cardboard. If you want to have something covering it, newspapers could work okay. It'll soak through them, but you know, if that's all that you're trying to do, then you don't necessarily need to spend the money. I do kind of like the color too, so. And the Rockler ones, Rockler's got those silicone mats, but man, those things are like $40. And I'm like, really? That's ridiculous. Paper, yeah. Hey, Lonnie, how's it going? Ashley's here. What's up? How's it going? Happy New Year. Grounding strap. Yeah, that's a good idea. Grounding strap on your ankle. I like that. Oh, now the super chats are showing up in my YouTube thing. That was weird. It didn't show them. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm waiting. And something like this, you could wait a long time before you pour it, because it's not like it has to flow in and around burl or do anything like that. You're not, mixing stuff. We're just dumping it in there. You could wait till it's like, molasses pretty much. I'm going to wait till about 105, I think. I don't think that my gut tells me that it's not really necessary. I don't think this stuff is really going to move much, but all it takes is waiting a couple minutes. There's no real drawback to waiting for it. So let's just wait. And then once we get this finished up, we get to draw a winner for the giveaway. So if you haven't gotten entered, make sure to enter. We keep having the little Streamlabs dealy bob tell you how to enter. And for a big box of blanks, the ones from the 50K subscriber video that the dude never claimed them. So just kind of give you a quick shot. I'm not going to go through them because I don't want to. Lots of blanks. So one winner can be anywhere in the world. Just enter into the chat window !raffle. Just like it shows in the instructions on the Streamlabs chatbot dude. All right, so we're at 102.5. I guess I could kind of show you guys. 103.5. We're getting close. And you can see, I mean, it's thick, but it's not like it's, setting up on me. 104.5. I'm going to wait till the thing actually tells me. Still 104.5. 105. There we go. So, scoot this guy over. Can you guys see? I'm going to scoot that up kind of there. And then, really nothing to this pour. Dump it. Kind of moving it around. It might kind of shake things up in there, but literally, guys, just dump it. Ooh, look at that. 600 grams is perfect. What do you think of that, guys? I'm going to switch to the side view thing real quick. Kind of show you the side of this. So it's looking pretty cool. It's a little cloudy in the middle right now. There's air bubbles in there from mixing it up. So once those clear up, it's just going to be dead clear with all these little things. I might have gone a little overboard with the gold leaf. I don't know. Probably could have gone with a little less, but I think it's fine. I think we're good. All right, and then pressurize it, put it up to 70 psi, and we are done. Got some cool blanks. So again, big thank you to Scott Grove and Nancy for sending me that, because they were both involved, for sending me the gold leaf to play with. Again, if you want to pick that stuff up, where did I put it? EasyInlay.com. They got all kinds of stuff. So guys, if you haven't delved into all the stuff that Easy Inlay has, they have the Powa, whatever. How do you say that? Powa, I think. Shell. They have all of the, let's see, I have some of the Powa shell. You can get this stuff at Turner's Warehouse as well, but Easy Inlay has it too. So what's this stuff? These guys are the opals, the cultured opals. And I need to actually get some more of these guys. Chad sent me some, I think, and I think I just ordered some. But these things are awesome for like dragon eggs and all that stuff. What else do they have at Easy Inlay? They got the mother of pearl. So if you're doing like an inlay thing on a bowl or something like that, these are the flakes. And then this stuff's a little bit finer. So they got all kinds of crazy inlay stuff and whatever. So, and this is a giant jar of this stuff. I'm going to have this for a while. So big thank you to them. Head over there and check it out if you want to pick some of this stuff up. It's fun. You can do lots of stuff with this gold flake stuff. So thanks, Jamie, for putting that in there. Let's see here. Was there anything else? Again, for the shredded currency stuff, I don't know how that works. It seems like it's a lot more difficult, but I don't think it's impossible to get the big bags of it anymore. You just have to go through, like jump through a lot more hoops. Just go to a website and order it. That's how it used to be. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Does anybody have any questions about what we did today? Concerns? So we are going to be wrapping up the giveaway. I'm just cleaning up my mixing stick so that it's ready for the next time I need to mix something with it. And I think that's about it. So let's stop here and check it out. Crystal calcite, that's another one, yep. They don't ship to Guam? I know they ship outside the U.S. I don't ship outside the U.S. on my website. I know a lot of people hate me for that, but the problem was I got way more problems when I did it, because I used to do it years back. And it wasn't actually problems for me particularly, it was actually problems for customers and people. It was just a bad experience. And I just said, there's no point, because, like if over half the people are going to be unhappy, like something goes wrong, then it's not even worth it. I'm making more enemies than happy customers. So that's why I just said I'm done with it. Yeah, I think they can get it. They should be able to get it there. So yeah, contact them, Scott or Nancy. I bet they can get it there. I would imagine. Killer Clown got your stabilizing chamber. Nice. From Turner's Warehouse. Nice. Yeah, they have it on Amazon too. Oh, is that Amazon doesn't send it there? If you contact them directly, they probably would. Paua. Very yummy. Is it yummy? Is it like a oyster type thing? Is that what it actually is? Gary just made it. Gary got in for the raffle. Nice. All right, so it looks like I don't see any other questions or anything like that. So why butcher paper? That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of things you can put down. I kind of like these things, but I tend to not really want to clean them much. So I end up buying more. So it's kind of not the greatest. So let's head over to, let's see here. We're done with Easy Inlay. So Jamie put the link to Easy Inlay. So I'm going to go back over to my CloudBot. And hopefully everything works out. It worked out well last time when we tried this. I think I might have just had settings weird that it didn't really like earlier. We had some problems if you didn't see the first half of the stream. All right, so we're going to close the entries. All right, we're closing it down. And are you guys ready for a winner? I'm just going to wait and make sure that this thing, yeah, giveaway's closed. No more. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with gambling, but I live in Nevada, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But it's funny, like if you're at the roulette table or whatever, they're like, no more bets. That's kind of what I always think of. Excuse me. So, are you guys ready to see who's going to win this giant box of blanks? So, before we pick, I'm going to make you guys wait just a little bit more. Make sure everybody that entered late knows what you're in for, what you signed up for. All right, so we got a couple of the mess up project blanks, the failure one. And actually, I got my lamp back there. That was another one that I wanted to get. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Hello. I got my lamp back here. This reminds me that even if you fail, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's all gone to pot. So anyway, I tossed in a couple of the blanks from that failure project, a stopper one and one that if you wanted to make one of the night lights. So we got a couple of those guys. We got the lotus pods that we cast, the faux lotus pods from Stephen Daniels with some graffiti style blobs. We got a couple of stopper blanks here. We got the Mexican crinkle ornament in some kind of red strawberry looking resin. And then one of the packing material blanks with some micro starlight and a little bit of orange dye. We got a sphere blank. This was the one where we made that the faux burl thing with all those crazy divine pigment colors. And then we did a little bit of graffiti style on the top. It's a 4-inch by, I don't know, around 4.5, something like that, tall. And then we have a ton of pen blanks, guys. I just kept finding some, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to put them all in here. So tons of pen blanks, all right? We got actually, there's another one of the, what is that stuff called? Madrone. We got a couple Madrone burls. So these are the faux goodies from Stephen Daniels. This one, I think I just did this on my own, but same with this one. I was messing with macro pearl. Some honeycomb. Actually, here's one of the, it's stabilized hemp wood. A couple of the spin gems guys that we made with the multicolor crazy 80s Rasta party. I guess it's not really Rasta. And then one of these guys. So lots and lots of blanks, all right? That's what you're up for, or what we got going on with the giveaway. Yeah, the stupid bot is killing me. The chat bot. Year in review. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, actually. So I'm going to just dump these guys back in here now. There we did a lot more, actually, but a lot of them got sold off, actually, on the website. So, but I'm trying to kind of, keep a few here and there and probably do this a little bit more, regularly, where we kind of, because I end up not being able to turn a lot of stuff, and I don't sell everything that I make. So I think it makes a lot of sense to do these, give back to you guys. All right, so let me go back into my alert box or whatever, Streamlabs giveaway thing. I'm gonna pick a winner, guys. Let's see. Before I do though, Super Incognito on some nice. I'm glad you guys are excited. All right, so here we go. Drum roll. I need to get a drum roll thing, but I don't have one, so sorry. Let's pick the winner. Boom. All right. Cyclones. Cyclones is the winner. Woo! Pittsburgh, PA. How's it going, Lori? All right, so hopefully Cyclones is here. I think I probably should have said that you need to be here for when I pick it, because that was the whole point of this. Switching to this so that we didn't have a problem getting in touch with the winner. So let's see if Cyclones is here. Hopefully Cyclones is here. I'm going to have to say, if Cyclones is not here, we're going to redo it. Because we need a winner, because these blanks need to go to someone like right now. So we'll give Cy a little bit of time, but I think I can pick another winner if Cy is not here. Is there a way to see who's actually here? Redo. Top Flight's like, redo. I know. Well, that's the whole point. I want to do the live giveaway and have a live winner. You know what I mean? Because Tony J didn't want the blanks. He never got in. Never contacted me. Did he go to bed? How do you see who's in here? Oh, participants. There it is. Yeah, there is no Cyclones. There's no Cyclones in here. I don't know what to do, guys, because it's kind of messed up because I didn't say that you had to be here. So, I don't know. I feel kind of bad doing that. Jim's here. Jim's alive. I feel bad taking it away. I don't think that's a good idea. I know I shouldn't be wishy-washy on the stream. I should have had a plan going into it, thinking about this situation. Well, I'll tell you what. If Cyclones contacts me, because I think I can redo it. If Cyclones contacts me, I will get Cyclones a prize. If I don't hear, and so just email me. There's a contact form on my website. But we're gonna redo it until we get somebody that's actually here. All right, so let's see if I can do another one. Ooh, look at that! Eric won. Look at that. So we got the second one, Eric, down in Phoenix. Boom! I hope he's here. Oh man, he'd be so pissed if he wasn't here. Oh, he's not here? Oh man. Missed out. I'm just gonna wait and make sure that this participants list isn't. Plans only last until first contact. I'm gonna wait just to make sure that he's not here. The thing says he's not here. You can click the little participants thing, and it's alphabetical, and he is not here. All right, so I'm not seeing him. All right, we're gonna do another one. Redo. Pick a winner. Gluten-free apple tree. You guys and your names. Let's see if gluten-free. Wait, did he come in? Oh, he is here. Okay, so Eric won. Okay, Eric won. The thing lied to me. It told me that you weren't here. It's a good thing that I stopped. All right, so we're not, sorry, apple trees, you couldn't win. We're going with Eric because he was actually here. I don't even think gluten-free. I don't see gluten-free either. So Eric wins. Congratulations. Finally, we got this box of blanks shipped to somebody. So I will get this thing out to you. It'll probably go out Friday. So you'll probably get it next week. Oh, gluten-free. All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to give gluten-free. Okay, so Sue, I'm going to give Sue a prize too, because I didn't know that Eric was here. So everybody wins a prize. How about that? So if Cy contacts me, I will find a prize. But I do have a prize for you, Sue. I was kind of holding off on this one. So I made one blank with the spiral aluminum stuff. With both the red and the purple, and I thought this would be kind of fun to save. So I'm going to send Sue this pen blank, but Eric technically won the box of blanks since he was here. So that's how it'll work. How about that? Does that work for you guys? Hopefully it does. I'll probably get angry emails and letters from people getting myself in trouble with these giveaways. But anyway, I hope you guys had fun with this giveaway. I know it was kind of, this thing is not, we haven't figured out everything yet. I don't know if there's a way that I can tell it to make sure people are here. I'm almost a little bit worried because it didn't, like YouTube didn't tell me that Eric was here. So I don't know. Oh, good. Sue's not going to yell at me. Cy might yell at me, but Cy wasn't here. So anyway, so we got some things going out. I'll get these guys out. Let's see, this one's pretty much ready to go. The one thing, I made these in these guys, the Maker Select guys, and so you get a little nib. I just need to sand that off before I leave today, but it's ready to go. So I'll get this out to Sue on Friday probably, and then Eric, you get to get a big box of fun blanks. I can't wait to see what you make with these things. This is awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight too. Let me just see. Yeah, there's a learning curve. You know what the thing is? It's not that hard. It just doesn't work. Well, with the people being here thing. So I'm going to look into that and see if there's any settings or anything like that I could set up. But I'm kind of at the point with that thing that I almost don't want to touch any settings because it doesn't seem to work half the time. So, but we'll randomly do some giveaways if I have stuff sitting around. I'll actually actively like put stuff away for giveaways on the stream. It should be pretty fun, and I'm not going to be stopping doing stream giveaways on the regular videos. This is something totally different. If we made some stuff, if I got a couple blanks laying around, I'll kind of put them aside and just randomly we'll have some giveaways. The other thing I'm going to give away that I had planned with this is finished pieces too. So I know not everybody that watches is a turner. You know, I know not everybody's a pen turner even. So, but you know, if you want a pen, anybody can use a pen. So I'm going to probably give away some of the stuff that I make as well through giveaways. So just to kind of let you know, we're going to have a little bit of fun with it and see how it goes. But anyway, let's see here. I'm just going to stop and you're not used to winning, so yeah, me neither. Oh yeah, you need to contact me. I know Eric's address or shipping address, but just shoot me an email. That's probably the best way to do it. That way, I don't want you to put it here anywhere public. But if you go onto my website, I'm going to actually show you where it is. Right there. There we go. So if you go to my website, nvwoodworks.com. And then you go to the About page, there's a contact form. And so you just click that. You can fill out all this stuff. Make sure that if it asks you if you're not a robot or what, I don't know how it all works, but just make sure you check all the little boxes and stuff like that. Fill out all the blanks and let me know where to send that pen blank. It'll be awesome. And make sure if you're on like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, make sure to like tag me or somehow let me know if you post pics. Or even email me a picture of what you make with it. I'd love to see what you make. That's always the funnest part for, you know, like for somebody that makes blanks. Throat's dry, sorry guys. For somebody that makes blanks and sells them, you know, they just, it's a square thing when I send it out. And a lot of times I don't get to see what actually becomes of the blanks that I sell. So it's always a joy to see what people make with them. Especially with pen blanks, because there's like a billion different ways that you could, you know, different kits and all kinds of stuff that you can do with them. So I'd love to see what you make. Yeah, run the raffle for, that's a good idea, Kim. That's not a bad idea. I might have to do that next time. Definitely. Good idea. You guys are full of good ideas. Let's see here. So, yeah, the tank pen was awesome. Thanks for tagging me on that. I loved seeing that. That was cool. NV Woodworks contact form. Yep. Cool. All right. So I think that is about it. So just to let you guys know, the tentative schedule, the plan as of right now, and it's going to be kind of dependent upon if Casey has no problem with us recording our podcast episodes on Monday. But I got everything else tentatively on my schedule. I've been trying to get planning and all this stuff done. So going forward, the plan is we're going to do the Dunkin' Junk resin casting streams. The general stream is going to be Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time from now on. We're still going to do the patron first Friday hangouts on Friday. We're not going to change that. And then the other thing is the way that I wanted this to kind of work and why I've switched some things around. Some of it has to do with just scheduling and other things I'm doing. But part of it actually has to do with the fact that in some cases I can cast something on Wednesday and then well, let me reverse. One of the things that I'm thinking about doing is possibly just doing a turning stream every now and then on the weekends. And what I was thinking is sometimes I'll just pick something up and I want to turn it. It's more like personal fun turning time, but sometimes I could actually get a project cast on Wednesday and I wouldn't have a problem turning it on Saturday or Sunday, especially if I do the post-curing stuff. So that kind of, it works a little bit better in that sense, and that's how I used to do things on Twitch too. So just to let you know, so the Resin Dunkin' Junk is going to be Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time going forward, unless something throws a wrench in my scheduling. So just wanted to let you guys know about that so you know what to expect. So Wednesdays, I will see you guys on the streams. And then, like I said, the first Friday of the month is the patron hangout. So I'm going to be working on, I actually have the patron hangout replays to edit down. We did coffee bean blanks in January, the beginning of the month in January. Let's see, December, I should say. I think it was. And then coffee grounds in January. So those 2 videos need to be edited down so that I can post them on YouTube. So be looking for the coffee bean blank one this Sunday. I should have it ready. So anyway, I'm done talking. Have a wonderful night. Thank you guys all for joining the fun tonight. And I will see you guys on the next live stream next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Have a good night, guys. I will see you next time.